Happy Wednesday, elevators, and welcome to episode 8. We're on episode 8 of the She Elevates podcast. And I want to insert something real quick because I was listening to this podcast training, like they were doing a challenge, and they said that most podcasts don't make it past episode 6. So just want to do a little cheer right now that we're on episode 8, y'all. So guys, I'm Gail.
I'm Jessica.
Hi, I'm Tammy.
And behind that black canvas, as you can see, is our producer, Antoinette, who is also accompanied by Baby Roland. So she's taking a step back today. And yeah, so how you girls feeling today, ladies?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very refreshed, of course, after our amazing weekend at Bean Acres. Woo-hoo.
Yes, shout out for Game Changer.
Yes, super dope.
Definitely changing the game, changing lives.
Yes.
Yeah, this is great. I am, excited. I actually will be in Atlanta this week as well for another leadership conference, Global Hope Forum. But looking forward to that. Some amazing speakers. So I'm excited.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's all good.
I'm
loving the weather.
Oh yeah, fall. Fall is well, Christmas is my favorite holiday, but fall is definitely my favorite season because it's not hot, it's not cold, and there are no bugs. What's not to love?
That's the whole thing, no bugs.
Yes, I was out there this morning. Oh, beautiful weather. So yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm still in retirement heaven.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm in Atlanta now still. I think you just went home yesterday, right?
I did.
So I'm still here. I'll probably be here until like the end of the week, and then I'll.
Yeah,
Hey, that's what you can do when you're retired.
It's just all a part of it. It's just happening. Tammy says it all the time. So yeah, girl. So last week, y'all, we talked about, which was a really popular topic, the perfect age to get married. And really the bottom line is it all depends, and there's several factors that you have to consider, your life experience, where you are mentally, financially, and what counseling reveals, if you choose to get counseling, what it reveals. And so it's a few things that you have to consider to see what the perfect age is for you. And so if you missed that episode, guys, it was really good. Go back and check it out on Apple Podcasts or wherever you stream your podcast or listen to your podcast, Spotify, Pandora, SoundCloud, and Facebook has a podcast now also. So check that out and all of the other ones. And every first Wednesday of the month, we're live on YouTube, Facebook, and IG. So that's when you can call in. You can really engage with us on those podcasts. So did y'all enjoy last week?
I love last week. Like, I had so many people reaching out about that episode. I was like, seriously?
Just to let y'all
I
know,
literally had someone at.
Sorry, everybody. This was our most listened episode. So.
Oh wow, makes sense.
Listen, and to Jesse's point, I had someone say, "Oh my God, I love that topic." And can you ask how many of them or how long were they married? So they wanted us to continue the discussion. How long were they dating before they knew their spouse? So
that's good though. That's good. Yeah. We should talk about that one.
Those wonderful. Yeah. I knew him for 1 month or 1 year or 10 years. So yeah.
And over the weekend, go ahead, Gail.
I was just going to say, we definitely can do a deeper dive into aspects of marriage or how we got this, your point.
Because over the weekend, I had an individual, she stated, well, I knew somebody who was dating somebody for a very long time. And I asked, like, why haven't you married her yet? And she stated he told her because she is a NMM. I was like, what is that? She was like, non-marriage material. So I was like, oh, yeah, we definitely need to discuss that one.
She's aware of that. Like, I hope he communicated that with her, and then she just decided that it's okay.
That hurt me.
That was deep. That hurt deep, did it?
That was painful. Women.
So yeah, we're gonna discuss that, you guys.
Topics for the future. Love it.
Yes.
Okay, so for today, since we're in like the last quarter of 2021, can you believe how fast time flies? I thought it would be helpful to talk about how to finish out the year strong, to set us up for success and momentum as we go into 2022. And especially considering how hard it can be to focus on goals when so many of us, so many people had to face with and deal with overcoming challenges that COVID created, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wreaking havoc in our lives and just all over the world. And I personally think that the key to finishing strong is all about continuing to grow. You know, Tammy was talking about how she's going to be in a leadership training next week. Jessica and I just came out of a game changer conference, which was all about personal development. And, you know, you need coaching. You have to continue to grow. Coaching, reading, listening to amazing podcasts like, I don't know, She Elevates. I'm just saying. And getting the lessons from how we handled those challenges that we faced in the past. And that's just like being aware of and controlling your emotions. That's, you know, one of the lessons that we got. And that allows you to make the best decisions for that moment. And yeah, just self-improvement, making that a way of life. And I think that gives us the best chance of dealing with life's uncertainties in the future. And, you know, I think that's what we should take into 2022. Help finish out 2021 strong.
Absolutely.
So what say you, ladies?
Yeah. So with me, closing out the last quarter is very important. It's, you know, as it approached and get closer and closer to the beginning of the year, you start to see all of those people with New Year's resolutions and all of that stuff. I seen a girl last week actually post something like that. I was like, dog, we there already?
No, right?
Like, we gotta cut it out. I mean, the time is now. It's now. And even like the conference we attended this weekend, like, we can have all of this stuff in our head that we're going to do, but if we're not doing it, it just get pushed further and further and further out. And now it's that New Year's resolution again, and you still haven't did what you stated you was going to do last year's New Year's resolution. So for me, I took some of Gail's stuff from her as far as writing things down, because if you guys know me by now, I will wing it. Period. But I did write this down because I want to be very intentional on what I'm stating. So closing out this last quarter for me is removing some things off of my plate and tightening up my schedule. I have a lot of unfinished things that are little, but because there are a lot of them, I've created a big job. So that also made me think of like the other areas, not only just in my life that I've left incomplete, but the other people's life we touch who are going through similar things, feeling overwhelmed, feeling not qualified, not called, underrated, or whatever the case may be, just to encourage you all to just take a look at some of the things that you left incomplete and just get it done. Get it done now. Do not let this year close out without you completing everything you had on your list for this year. Just get it done.
And you know, Jessica, I love that. And I also, you talked about early on how some things you just took off your plate. Something, I think, you know, even though you want to get everything done, you have to be realistic and know this is the last quarter. If you couldn't get it done in all of 2021, then you might have to repurpose some things or move some things or reschedule some things so that you can focus on those things. You have to prioritize.
Yes, prioritize it.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you. Yeah. See what happens when I write stuff down.
I love it.
We're learning from you, Gail. You see, each one teaches one.
Yes.
But when I thought about that, when Gail brought this topic up, it was like I was a little like I'm not ready. But I said, you know what? I'm so grateful to be having this conversation, because even if you had not thought about it, but now it has been brought to your attention, right? We're down to the last quarter. I want to shout out October, because this is, I think, the best month of the year. Did I say that before?
And why is that, Tammy?
Why,
Is this
Tammy?
the best month
all
of the
beautiful
year?
October babies. I'm an October baby, so I do appreciate October and this time of year. But, I never really thought about it being the beginning of the fourth quarter. Like all of my 50 some odd years, right? So anyway, I love that. And when you say fourth quarter, of course, I think about sports, right? And I think about stay in the game. And believe it or not, one of our sermons a couple of Sundays was stay in the race. We've had stay in the boat, stay in the race. But I thought about that at that fourth quarter. And I've been to a few games now, and we know things can happen in that fourth quarter, right?
Yes.
But I think for me, it's like, take a time out, let's regroup, because timeouts are important, right? And maybe we need to tweak some things. Maybe we need to shift some things. Let's see what's our goal, and to just ensure that I am completing, the things that I believe God has called me to do. And I have the scriptures that I was thinking about, redeeming the time. And another one I thought, but anyway, it was really about taking advantage of this opportunity now. So being intentional that you're down to the fourth quarter of 2021, and journal, take an inventory of where things are, what do you want to accomplish, and knowing that you can do it. So I'm excited about my timeout that I'm having now to regroup, refocus, reprioritize, and to get some things accomplished. So I am excited about fourth quarter, and no, guess what? I'm still in this game. It's not over until I don't want to say fat lady sings.
Because I'll be a fan.
But that's so good, Tammy. I enjoyed that, because, and one of the things my mentor, Brian Bean, stated was that we should already be getting ready for 2022. That should be our thought process. Although we have a lot on our plate, when he stated this weekend, you got so much on your plate that you're starving. I was like, dang, that cut me deep. Like, stop talking to me. But I was like, dang, I should be, already in preparation for 2022. But hey, I have to start where I am. And so that's when I made the decision. I promise y'all, it's like little small things, but those small things just became so big. Like, dang, now I got to do it all at once. But hey, I'm getting it done, y'all. I'm about to get it done.
Absolutely. Love it.
The thing is, sometimes it's like, and I know we say it all the time, celebrating the small successes, right? That you're still here. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've done something, right?
Yeah.
You made it to this point. So acknowledge that you're still here. You're not, you didn't go throw in the towel completely. But
Yeah.
get it done.
Right.
I love that. Finish strong. There's a song, right?
Yes.
Is that a song?
Yes, Jonathan Nelson. Shout out.
Okay. But just to go back, Tammy, to what you said about the sports analogy, I love that, because how many times have we been to the third quarter and we have this one team ahead? But fourth quarter, don't count nobody out, because we could flip that script, right? And in fourth quarter, get those goals accomplished, get the game won. So I love that sports analogy. That's good.
That's beautiful. And how excited is it, right? When that team makes that comeback. It is like the other, team maybe counted them out. And then for some reason, right, they came in. So this like they stayed in the game with the same drive, right? Don't just kind of say, well, you know what, this is the end. I didn't get it done. No, it's not over. Miracles do happen.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Let's give John Wall the ball.
See, I wasn't going to go there. But I will tell you, Gail and I had some of our best laughs, best times in some of those Wizard games, because they had us on edge, right? I said, my heart can't take this. And every now and again, right, we would pull through.
Oh, my goodness.
I read that Russell Wilson has the highest, let me get it right, fourth quarter passes.
Russell Westbrook?
Russell Wilson. I switched to football girl.
Oh, yeah.
Sierra man.
Like, keep up. Sorry.
So, associating fourth quarter, because that's important, right? Absolutely. We're talking about the end. Things can happen. Don't give up. He stayed in the game. You keep throwing that ball. You keep running. And I just believe things can happen. You just look like maybe you haven't accomplished or you didn't complete whatever it was. You didn't start your workout routine. You still have 3 months, okay?
Finish strong. Go hard.
Okay, so you get up, start walking, right? Do something.
Tammy, that's what I started doing. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I walk 3 miles. Well, I walk and incorporate jogging as well. 3 miles. So I'm 6 miles a week right now. It's going to get better, okay?
I love it. But it's something, like you said, start where you are, use what you have.
I to make a big improvement for 3 months. Think if you stay with this routine, right?
Consistency. That's all you need.
3 months. I'm telling you, a lot can happen.
I'm trying to be a Coke bottle again. Miracles. Okay, ladies. So,
yes, ma'am.
Let's talk about what's the fuss this week. Yes. So I'm here. I know last week we talked a little bit about Dave Chappelle and Netflix. People want Netflix to cancel his show due to controversial statements about what is it? I want to say the right word.
Transgender community.
Yeah. We can use that. That sounds more politically correct.
Like you just go. We got you.
So the transgender. So in this ad that I'm reading, it stated Netflix Inc. Co-CEO Officer Ted Sarandos defended the company's decision to air a controversial Dave Chappelle comedy special featuring trans jokes as artistic freedom. And that's one of the things we was talking about when we spoke on it last week, like the freedom of speech. People are able, to speak their truth. And, it's Dave. He's able, that's what he's done all of his life. So, but you had some people within Netflix that didn't approve of Netflix decision. And when I say people within Netflix, like people who are actually employed there. Some walked out, but in some cases, Netflix suspended a few employees as well for leaking certain information. So what are you guys' thoughts on that? Netflix taking a stand for Dave?
People did not fully understand or maybe even listen to, I don't know, his statement, right? Because they said he has friends. It wasn't that he was being offensive or demeaning to them. He was making some statements. So I don't know. I didn't hear it all, but hey, shout out to Netflix. Netflix, again, I think money talks. They're like, no, we're not getting rid of Dave. I'm just saying.
And I actually watched it. To me, it wasn't as bad as how they tried to make it seem. Like he even defended it. He even talked about him letting one of some I believe he was in San Diego. He met this young lady and she was a transgender. And he let her open up for his show or whatever. And he spoke on that and she laughed at some of the jokes that he made or whatever, and she stood up for him. Unfortunately, that individual, I believe, committed suicide. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was just gonna hear some very, very harsh things being said, and to me, it wasn't that.
Okay, so there's the saga.
Just to give another perspective, I guess a lot of people are saying because transgenders have the highest rates of suicide, they feel like we should be more. Netflix should have been more sensitive to those type of issues versus caring more about people laughing versus people killing themselves.
But that's so unfair, and we can go. We could take that conversation somewhere about things being unfair. By them having a higher rate of suicide due to comments being made. That alone just speaks volumes that, Black Lives Matter. If that's the case, we should be discussing how that is super, I mean, you have so many people that's racial, and you're not worried about the Black community committing suicide, and they're being targeted every freaking day.
So, and I agree, Jessica. We could go down a rabbit hole with that, because even with the kids, more kids are suicidal today than ever before, and a lot of times they blame it on social media, the things that they're seeing on social media. So now they feel like they're not good enough, or they're not achieving, or whatever, and committing suicide. We're not talking about shutting down social media. So exactly. I think that's a rabbit hole that we can go down. And to Tammy's point, it's all about just standing behind your goals and what you believe in, your values, your truths. And that's just Netflix stance. That's how they feel about it. And, we all have an opinion. Yes. And we all know how we feel about certain topics. So, yeah.
And they stated we don't allow titles on Netflix that are designed to incite or hate violence. And we don't believe the closer crosses that line. So, and in my opinion, I don't think it crosses that line either. So
October 20th is when they have the walkout scheduled.
On what day?
October 20th, which is Wednesday when this podcast will be released.
Okay, awesome. So the next episode, we should have a follow-up on that. So in other news, we have Miss Lizzo. She's an artist, you guys, and Lizzo. I completely respect authenticity. I feel like everybody should be themselves, right? But don't be yourself and do the things that you do, and then later on, after you've done it, you get on social media and you want to cry about it because somebody teased you or something like that. Like, that's just unacceptable. If you're gonna live in your truth, walk in your truth, do just that. So there's been a lot of talk around the fact that Cardi B just had celebrated her birthday or whatever, and she had a party, and I guess the attire was like net wear or something. I don't know. I saw a lot of people in net, but Lizzo I don't even think she had on panties. So Ooh. She had on a completely see-through net dress, and boobs was out, butt was out. I don't know. That's just, I mean, I don't know. That's a bit much. I mean, it's absolutely okay to be yourself. It is. But for me, that's just a little bit too much. And I don't want women to think, showing off your body is going to attract the attention that you want. Like, it's like, what happened to just being pretty, your smile, your personality? Like, what happened to those things? Like, why do everything have to be exposed? Like, I don't know what y'all say. It was just a bit much for me.
So first of all, I'll Google when we're done to see who Lizzo is. But I'm assuming it's a pleasingly plump person. And so I think that, being a baby boomer, it's interesting to see how things change seemingly so drastically. And so, I think in that vein, where we are, or the kids now, they do that. They dress very scantily, or whatever you want to call it.
Revealing.
Yeah, exactly. And it's socially acceptable in that, in that genre or whatever, that age group. And so I think that I don't know, but to your point, if she is going to do it, don't come back and cry later, because people are talking about it. Feel comfortable with the decisions that you make and go with it. If you can't take the heat, then yeah.
Stay out the
And
kitchen.
it's
Put on some
crazy
jeans.
because
Put on
she's
some
been
jeans.
known to be like dressed like that. It's just that I feel like all of a sudden now she's sort of switching up because she used to show up at NBA games with her butt hanging out, and people would make fun of her, and I don't know. I feel like
literally
she's
sip
not fully
tea.
as confident as she tries to make it seem. But
How old is she?
I don't know, but I want to say
upper 20s.
yeah, her 20s.
Your point, Gail, right? Just like
Just saying.
I am still a believer.
Don't do the millennials like that. Well, is she a millennial?
I'm just saying. Hey,
And she's really super talented too. So for me, it's just like, why do you feel like you gotta do that for more attention? Like, you're already a huge star.
Yeah.
it's also for me when I hear of those types of things, I think of, okay, so is this for attention? Some people
Right. Is she doing it for attention?
and they'll take it any way they can get it, because unfortunately sometimes the society they don't celebrate or appreciate, right, just because you're smart or you're talented, just because you're a good person. It's like reality shows, right? If you don't have drama on there, then your show's canceled. So here Liz is, to Antoinette's point, very talented, beautiful, and you appreciate her gift, you appreciate her talent, but she's doing these things, but it's getting her in the media, it's getting her name out there. I want to say, unfortunately, for this reason. So, hey Liz, girl, come on now.
So you think it's more of a publicity thing? So.
Oh, no, I just know sometimes people, know that publicity will get your name in the mouths and on social media, in the news, and
if that's your goal, then go for it, because it's working.
It's definitely working.
I definitely think that's the goal here. She
Well,
goes back and forth way too much.
I have to
She's
go.
on one day, then her butt's out, and then she's saying she want to look skinny, then she,
Unfortunately.
it's definitely strategic.
Yeah. And there's just a price, I think, in the end when you do that type of thing. So elevators, come on, y'all.
And that's one thing that a lot of times I feel like people don't consider. Like, if you're doing that for marketing and publicity for today, how is that going to affect you 20 years from now when you want to run for governor? Or you want to do something?
That takes me back to 120 conference where Jesse Itzler, he stated, always remember tomorrow.
Yeah.
How is this going to, what you doing right now, how's it going to affect you tomorrow? So yeah.
Yeah, it's the whole, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? I know, I went all the way to church.
The Bible said it first, y'all.
Yeah.
There's nothing new under the sun.
At all.
Hey, guess what? Fourth quarter, it's not too late to make a change.
And just to take it back to the Bible, I'm sure Jezebel had a net outfit.
I'm done with these baby boomers. What we got next?
Y'all know you don't want to be a Jezebel, okay? I'm just saying. Gail know that. She just played.
Oh my God.
So what we got next, you guys?
What's going on? Hey, did you guys hear that Eve, the singer? She's like 42 years old. Eve, that singer, she's an actress.
EVE, Rough Rider.
Okay.
Yeah. Not a singer.
42 years old. Oh, say it again, Gail. I didn't hear that.
She's a rapper. She's not a singer.
I really don't know. I mean, I just know her from television. I know of her. I cannot tell you one song that Eve sings, but
Who's that girl?
La 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 da 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 da. Eve's that girl.
There you go. All right.
That's super, super amazing. I did see that ad. I think the baby is doing February or March.
Okay.
Something like that. But yeah, bring that billionaire baby on in here.
Yeah, 42 years old.
So talk about what's the right age to get married. What's the right age to have a baby?
Girl.
42 is a little bit too old for me. I'm just gonna say that.
The support. Think about that support system. You have the resources. She's married. I'm sure she's gonna have a lot of nannies. Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is, right?
I have a girlfriend who had a baby at 50.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
Her first baby at 50.
Her first baby.
First
Was it
baby.
Janet Jackson? How old was she? 50? I think Janet Jackson something.
Somewhere
I gotta
around
share this since she said 50. When I was pregnant with my daughter, I'm 20 something. And my mom, she was with me at the doctor's appointment. And there was a lady there. I think she said she was like 52, 53. Oh. And so my mom, just a chatterbox during that time, she was like, oh, is she a good OBGYN? She's talking to the lady. And she was like, yeah, she's good. And my mom was like, you here for your checkup or whatever? Just nosy, right? And the lady was like, yeah. And then she told my mom she was pregnant. Oh my God, if y'all could see my mama's face. She was like, pregnant? The lady went on to explain, was like, yeah, my oldest set of twins, they had just turned 21. I thought I was going through the phase of menopause or whatever. Came in, pregnancy test, positive. My mom, y'all, oh my God, she was embarrassed and everything. We got to the back, she said, that's why I need to stay out of other people's business.
That says to me a lot about your body. I know that things, but Janet delivered a healthy baby, and yes, she was 50. I confirmed she was 50 years old. I have two aunts. They had babies in their late 40s or mid 40s. So, hey, it happens, right? Shout out to Eve. Shout out to Eve, right? 42.
Shout out to Eve.
Awesome. Oops. Well, that's it. That's what's the fuss, right, Jen?
Yes, it is. So what we got next with She Elevate Cares?
Oh, come on, elevators. We at the She Elevate team, we're the family. We love to acknowledge and to celebrate you. So for our She Elevate Cares moment, we want to just still acknowledge Sophia Casey. Sophia Casey was our elevator. She was our individual as well as our business. And her website, sophiacasey.net, I believe. And she also is the author of Fierce Vulnerability. Look at Janet.
Yes. I had to get this book. So I ordered it and it came in over the weekend while I was gone. So when I got my package, I was like, oh my God.
Nice.
I'm super excited to read
I love that
book.
Cover.
Yes. And I thought these were like Bantu knots or something.
That's what they look like.
These are birds. They are birds.
Wow. Do you know, I did not realize that. Sophia, girl, I just want to
So I'm
continue.
excited.
That has to be something deep. It's like you have to read
I was
that.
like, ooh, those are birds. So I'm excited about reading this.
That's beautiful.
Shout out to Casey.
Shout out to Sophia Casey. Yes. So, we're going to shift it up a little bit, elevators, because again, we want to take time, right, to really honor, celebrate, elevate our followers, our community, our family. So we're going to shift a little bit and we're going to have our She Elevate Cares monthly. So we'll talk about them throughout the month, but once a month, we identify a new individual as well as a business. And you remember, guys, you can feed this to us. Please give us individuals or businesses that you like us to highlight or acknowledge, and we're going to do that. So thank you all for submitting names of your individual friends, family members, or businesses. So keep those coming, you guys. Don't forget, you can DM us, you can text us, however you can get in touch with She Elevates. Please do that, because this is our community. So we want to hear from you. We want to celebrate you and celebrate other women. Again, this is She Elevate Cares, because that's what it's about, elevating our sisters. And we are so excited. So again, thank you for, supporting She Elevates by, sharing individuals and businesses with us. So again, we're still celebrating Sophia Casey. Shout out.
Yes. And also, you guys, her website is sophiacasey.net. Yes. And what's our email address again?
SheElevates@gmail. Come on.
.com.
Oh, God.
Yes, no podcast.
I had to bring that one back up.
So
Yes.
guys, before we leave the She Elevates, since I'm in Atlanta, I took the opportunity to go to the store that Jessica recommended. It's called the Green Toad Hemp Farm, and I made some purchases. It was an amazing experience, and we were actually, like Jessica said, at the Game Changer event this weekend, and Jessica was in a car accident. Jessica, I don't even know if you shared that.
No, I didn't. But yes,
Jessica was in a car accident, so she was in a lot of pain this weekend with her back. And this is a natural cooling muscle pain gel. It's THC free, so but it's medicinal. And I rubbed some of this on Jessica's back. And Jessica, how did you feel?
I felt amazing. Okay. This stuff actually works. It doesn't have that super menthol like scent. So, you know, you don't want to be putting on this stuff, you know, smelling like Bengay walking around.
Smelling like a baby boomer.
But it actually felt very good. I felt the pain subsiding. So it definitely works. And it made me more comfortable than I originally was. So I'm going to continuously use it. And I can't wait to go back to the store, y'all. Like, awesome. I'm excited.
I was so impressed about how knowledgeable they were about the various parts of the plant. And I told them my son suffers with migraines, and I asked for a recommendation for that. So this is a natural watermelon flavor. Again, all of this is THC free, but these are some drops that you just put a couple like in under your tongue or something, and it's supposed to help with migraine headaches. So yeah, I highly recommend that you visit the store, you know, for whatever reasons you have. But you know, like I said, I picked up a few things for medicinal purposes, and yeah, I'm just excited to use them and give them to my son, and the other one was for my sister, and I'll just keep you posted with the results, how they said it worked on them.
And their website is actually thegreentoadhemp.com. So if you guys want to check them out, please go on there, thegreentoadhemp.com.
Yeah, you know what I was just saying, there was actually a minister who has a business, and this is very similar. So those products, I'm telling you, because I was really suffering with sciatica, nerve issues and backaches, and like Jessica, I started using that product and it was amazing. So
wow.
Yeah, I think, you know, we just really have to embrace, right, the new things that are available to us. So
absolutely.
Natural, taking more of a natural approach.
Oh, yes. Green Toad.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. Yeah. So that's it for She Elevate Cares. You know, we do care. And again, yeah, because
I like how Tammy put on her radio voice. We do care.
I love it. I love when Jessica, you know, lets me know what I'm doing, because I was talking. But yeah, we do care, and please continue to, you know, feed us information. We look for individuals and businesses that we can celebrate. Yeah, She Elevate Cares. Awesome. Okay.
I want to leave you with some action tactics. And it's really what we already talked about. I have my three. So the first is to reprioritize. And of course, this is all about how to finish strong. Reprioritize because there's some things we plan to get done in 2021 that we're going to have to push to the right. We talked about that, meaning it's going to go on our goals and our plans for 2022, because, you know, constantly having one or two things always on your to-do list that you keep copying over and over and over that we know we're not going to be able to complete, that causes incongruency. And I talked about that, being congruent, and it adds stress to us on a conscious and an unconscious level, which is ultimately going to impact your ability to sustain momentum and get anything done, because you're just going to feel like you're a failure. You're not doing what you said you were going to do. You know, you suck, all of those things. So just consciously move it to next year and, you know, get them off your list. And the second thing is to gather your thoughts and to recommit. So recognize when you're being distracted by some things. Tammy talked about the planning in 5 or 10-minute increments because we want to get out as much distraction as we can, and be very intentional about considering what you want to achieve about by the end of the year. Move those things to 2022 and just refocus and be consistent and knock it out in 2021. And the last thing, and I think Tammy mentioned this, is to celebrate your wins. So even though you haven't achieved everything, you have achieved something. So we can't beat ourselves up about those things, those goals that we haven't met. We focus on the things that we did meet, those wins, and we celebrate that. And just the fact that you have the desire to be better and to grow makes you a role model for success. So those are the 3 things that I want to give you as takeaways for finishing strong.
Those are great takeaways. I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we talked about them throughout the podcast as well. And so
I'll bring it all together now.
Yes. And so I'll end with the quote, do more than belong, participate. Do more than care, help. Do more than believe, practice. Do more than be fair, be kind. And do more than forgive, forget. Do more than dream, work. That's by William Arthur Ward. And I love it because it's all about taking action. It's all about getting it out of your mind and putting it into action, right?
Girl, I got chills going through my body right now. Don't just forgive, forget.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a whole episode right there.
That's elevation. Do you know what, really? That's saying
elevation.
I'm going to elevate you to another level, okay?
Tammy, tie the ribbon on that, girl.
I'm just saying,
that's
girl,
what it is.
I'm like, you be coming with these quotes, okay? I'm just saying, y'all.
I wish they were mine, but they were good. But you got it. Go from average to elevate.
Yes.
Don't just forgive, forget.
Forget. Right there.
They do in poetry.
Yes, snap.
I think we like to
drop the mic. Oh my God.
That was good. Okay.
Those are really good. Do more.
That was good. Okay. Well, I think that's it, ladies.
Yes, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys.
Awesome.
Love you.
We're looking forward to next week.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, guys.